This video is going to cover the topic of non-uniform probability. Be sure the date and topic are at the top of your page. The essential question with this video is, how do we recognize non-uniform probability? Up until this point, we have worked primarily with uniform models of probability. Take this spinner, for example. Each section of the spinner, right, the red, the blue, the green, the yellow, takes up an equal piece of the whole spinner. As a result, the spinner is equally likely to land in any of the four sections, and that's how we define uniform probability. With uniform probability, each of the outcomes are equally likely. Each outcome is equally likely, and this would be the basis of a fair game. However, there are other times when each outcome is not equally likely, and we call this non-uniform. You can probably tell right away that in this spinner, not every color, not every outcome is equally likely. There's a bigger chance that somebody will land in yellow than either the red or the blue. And the fact that each outcome is not equally likely means it is non-uniform. So with those distinctions clear, we're going to compare these two different spinners at the same time and create a probability model for each so we can compare their mathematical probabilities. So here are two spinners, and we're going to make a probability model for each of these, which is really just listing out the likelihood of each outcome. So with a table set up that I can show all of my different likelihoods, I'm just going to go ahead and record what we see. So the red section, right, in this first one, let's say this is spinner number 1 and this is spinner number 2. So in spinner number 1, each of the four sections are the same size, right? So we're all equally likely. So each of these can be written as a 1/4 chance. And we can do this in decimals, fractions, or percents. So you can see I've recorded that into my table, and you can go ahead and do the same. It's not necessary every time to do all three formats, but it's good just to see that you have those options. You can go ahead and put those in for this time. Let's turn our attention though to the non-uniform spinner. When I look at this, right now the pieces are various sizes. The yellow is much larger than the red and the blue. So I actually visually like to make a quick alteration. I'm going to actually just kind of make a dotted line here that extends my spinner so that they're all the same size. And my line's not a perfectly straight line here, but the idea is that I've cut them all into the same size sections so that I can compare them a little bit. Now I can see that the larger space takes up 2 of the fourths. The red has 1/4 and the blue has 1/4 as well. And I do that a lot when I have different size sections. I end up cutting them up into similarly sized pieces to be able to compare them. So as I'm starting to fill in my model here, I know the red was 1/4 and the blue was 1/4. The yellow is 2/4. So I'm going to actually record that as my likelihood. And then again, I'm going to just turn these into decimals and percents so that I can kind of see them in all the different forms. Notice, of course, when we're looking at these, the three different likelihoods, right, the 25, 25, and 50% don't match, right? They're not all equal, and that's what makes this non-uniform, right? This is the non-uniform version of a spinner, and this would be an instance where perhaps the game would not be created fair if you were making this as, say, a carnival game. And then lastly, for the end of this video, I just want to check one more thing. When you are looking at probability models, you want to make sure that your total outcome adds up to 100%, or if you want to think about it in fractions or decimals, it adds up to 1 whole, right? And that's how you know that your probability model is valid, how you know that everything is accounted for. And again, over here, if I add this up, 25, 25, and 50, that's 100%, or if I looked at it as a fraction or decimal, it would be 1 whole. If something were missing, that means one of our outcomes is not accounted for. Which means the last thing that we want to just put here into our notes for today is that a valid probability model will show all of our possible outcomes from 0 to 1, and that it totals or adds up to 1 whole, or you could think about it in percents as 100%. So remember that the essential question of this video was how we recognize and work with non-uniform models. So be sure to have any notes have your notes and any questions you might have for class.